Right, today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely gun oiler pot on the Chinese mini lathe. It's made out of an old 30mm cannon shell, and it has a screw top lid with a seal and a dipstick, so you can actually put your gun on the bench and dip in for some oil and put it on the intricate parts of the gun. I've got another 30mm cannon shell round here. This is a practice round which I picked up some time ago. I think it's 1970 or 1972, I think. And like I said, it's 30mm cannon shell. This one here is made completely out of brass, but I haven't got the diameter of this out of brass, so I'm going to use some aircraft aluminium for the actual screw top part here, or the actual bit that goes into the cannon shell, and then make the top either out of aluminium again or some brass. And this one's quite a short one that I made. I actually cut the cannon shell down, but I've only cut a little bit off of this cannon shell here where the top was dented or whatever, and cleaned it up on the disc sander so it's nice and square. And what I'm going to do, having the aluminium insert in here with a thread in it, I think I'll use either 1/8 BSP or 1/4 BSP thread, most possibly 1/4 BSP, because then I can actually fill the pot up easily in the wider hole. And being aluminium, I'm going to leave it this long, and the aluminium won't make it top heavy, so it'll be a nice size oil pot for using on the bench. So I've got a piece of 6082 T6 grade aluminium, which is a nice aluminium to actually work with, and it's about the same size diameter as the shell case. So all that I need to do really is to actually face and turn and then put the thread through, and that should be it for this part. And that's the perfect size, nice tight fit. And I'm going to put a small groove just in here, just for some Loctite 638. So I've just finished the core diameter for the 1/4 inch BSP thread, and now I'm going to part it off, and then I'm going to tap it right the way through after I put it back up in the jaws again, so the tap has a chance to go right the way through. And I'm just doing a small counter bore for where the O-ring is going to go. And now I've got the 1/4 inch BSP tap up, and I'm going to just start that off in the lathe like that, undo it from the chuck and leave it in there like that so I know it's nice and square, and just finish that off in the vise. And that's that component finished. and ready to be fitted to the shell case with Loctite 638. But first I shall make the top part and see that the O-ring and everything seals before I actually glue this one in with the Loctite 638, so I can make any adjustments on this one before it's fully sealed up. So I'll make the top part out of the other part of the aluminium bar that I used. I've got just enough there to actually turn it and knurl it. And now I'm cutting the undercut for the O-ring. And again, I start this one off and then finish it off in the vise. So that's the 1/4 inch BSP male thread. So now I have both parts that screw together, and I can see that that's going to be okay. There's no light in between the two. Join up nicely, so I just need a O-ring on the thread here, which will seal it in this part here. And when I actually screw it together with the O-ring on it, I can feel if there's enough squeeze to actually seal it. If there's not enough squeeze, then I can actually put this back up in the lathe and skim off the front here to make the counterbore a little bit more shallow and get enough squeeze like that. and I can feel the squeeze on that is perfect. It still closes the gap, but I can feel it hitting the rubber nicely on that O-ring, so I know that's going to seal now. So now I can put it back up in the lathe, put a knurl on here and do a couple of chamfers, maybe a couple of like decorative grooves or whatever, and then I can drill for a brass rod for an actual dipstick. And I'm going to use the fine knurl which I got with my actual Metrofit tool post set. And that does actually produce a lovely fine knurl. So now I can use this tool here to do the back chamfer, ready to part off. And a couple of decorative grooves. And just deburr the front thread, or the front of the thread. And drill the hole for the brass dipstick. So that's the other end faced off, and I could either put a coin in the end there to make it more decorative, or just put a couple of face screws, and I think I'll just put a couple of face screws in this one.